from science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
All right, here's the deal. I'm working on getting Dr. Paul Craig Roberts or Bob Chapman to pop in for like 10 minutes towards the end of the third hour to be able to comment on the Federal Reserve's big announcement that is set to be made at 1:15 Central, or an hour and 15 minutes from now. We'll probably even try to carry some of that live. But they're going to have a closed-door meeting and then some type of press conference. But they've already telegraphed that they're going to start quantitative easing or further accelerated devaluation of the dollar. You notice my voice has been really deep. On Sunday, I had a sore throat with allergies. And then I have a really bad sore throat right now. If it wasn't the day after election, I wouldn't even be here right now. I'd be in bed. I'm not complaining. I just want you to know why my voice is going all over the place here. My wife can't even talk. This thing is going around all over the country. It was some type of laryngitis. In fact, I forgot to ask you guys, can I have some more water? I forgot to get it during the break. Hold on just a minute. Okay. Now, I want to open the phones up, but I want to also go over the key election fraud in Colorado and Nevada. I want to look at the demonization tactics they're going to use against Rand Paul. I want to try to play some of his speech last night. So that is all coming up after the break. Let me go ahead and give you the toll-free number to join us on air. Do you have no faith that any of the Tea Party people are real or that they're going to be co-opted immediately? A lot of that is up to us to keep these issues going. We're winning ground. Do you agree with me that at least these patriotic issues of getting rid of the globalist health care, the open borders, the big deficits, auditing the Federal Reserve that Rand Paul's a staunch advocate of? I mean, is this not positive that people running on hardcore patriot issues caused a huge election sweep, and that Republicans in the last 6 months tried to beat real Tea Party candidates everywhere, couldn't do it, and so they began to pose mainline Republicans as patriots? The issue is, though, once they don't deliver, we'll find out who's real and who isn't. But do you think that I'm being too positive? Do you think I'm being too positive here? And should we just go along with the establishment in Nevada, one of the most corrupt states out there in elections going back in history, with all the mafia money and the prostitute rings and the casinos? You know, they want their big, high-powered guy there. Should we just shut up about Harry Reid? And it doesn't matter if people couldn't vote for Sharon Engel by the thousands reporting it, mainstream news. It doesn't matter if his son was running the elections in the county that has more than 50% of the voters in it, the county that Las Vegas is in. Oh, it doesn't matter if the corrupt union who's on record supporting him was in control of the voting machines. Let's just ignore all of that, and let's just let Harry Reid win. Where is Sharon Engel calling for an investigation? Just a week and a half ago, her head lawyer said Harry Reid's going to steal this election. He's using illegal aliens and vote flipping. And we had the evidence. So, you know, the question is, where do you see this Tea Party movement going? You know, the media tried to isolate it, tried to claim it's the only movement for liberty. Democrats are mad as well. You know, how do we come together as Americans and say, let's stop fighting over Republicans and Democrats. Let's vote for people that will cut taxes, restore the Bill of Rights and Constitution, remove the naked body scanners. Rand Paul said he wants to cut defense budget massively. People are like, wow, Rand Paul says he's for strong defense. You know, he's a neocon. That's politics, folks. He says, yes, I'm for strong defense, but let's cut a lot of the defense budget. You ever hear Republicans talking like that? No, you don't. And he wants to get rid of the Federal Reserve. That's why he was attacked by Republicans and Democrats in the power structure. 1-800-259-9231. The economy, the election, where this is going, election fraud, military news, police state news, WikiLeaks news. It's all coming up.
Alex told you the government announced recently that the recession is over. It ended on June of 2009. The millions of Americans unable to find work might not agree. Perhaps the recession ended for the bankers and government employees, but for the rest of us, things seem to be getting worse. Gold and silver haven't heard the news either. They've begun their long-expected journey to the moon. In addition to converting your shrinking dollars into gold and silver, you should consider a food savings account from eFoods Direct. They both make fabulous investments. Food is our greatest dependency, and we know it will be more precious than any financial resource. You and your family need food to survive a crisis, and you can't eat paper, stocks, or metals. Alex has been urging you to invest in delicious, easy-fix meals to enjoy now or save for long-term. This will freeze the cost of your food while you can still afford it. Visit efoodsdirect.com on the internet or call 800-409-5633. That's efoodsdirect.com or 800-409-5633.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you love the way they fit. Put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans, made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange Home Gain Gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com. Check them out today.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
I have a message. A message from the people of Kentucky. A message that is loud and clear and does not mince words. We've come to take our government back. They say that the U.S. Senate is the world's most deliberative body. Well, I'm going to ask them to deliberate upon this. The American people are unhappy with what's going on in Washington. 11% of the people approve of what's going on in Congress. But tonight, there's a Tea Party tidal wave, and we're sending a message to them.
We've got all of his different news appearances and his full speech posted at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. That is the new senator-elect from Kentucky, Senator Rand Paul, someone who was demonized by the Republican Party when he was running against the establishment candidate in the primary, someone who was demonized by the national media like no one in modern history, someone who Bill Clinton campaigned against off and on for weeks. And Bill Clinton campaigning against him only gave him an additional 5 points on the polls where he was 10 points ahead. He went into the election with a 15 to 16-point lead Monday. He won by 10 points. We, of course, have had Bev Harris, election fraud investigator, there on the ground in Kentucky saying there was evidence of chicanery against Rand. Coming up, did Harry Reid steal Nevada? We're doing a Google search term today. You just type it into Google over and over again. You make it the #1 search term. Then millions of additional people learn about it, and the media starts reporting on it. The search term today is Steal Nevada. Steal Nevada. And you can do a secondary search, Reid Steal Nevada. Very important to enter that into Google so that people will read this article I'm going to be covering. And we're going to be going over that in a moment. And then your phone calls, Cambron, John, Damon, Ray, Morgan, and others that are patiently holding. But the first thing I want to get to is a clip from MSNBC. They cut in during his live speech. It's from the same clip we were just showing you, and began their fear-mongering. They're not going to stop going after Rand Paul. He is now the figurehead of real patriotic Americans who want to cut taxes, control the border, repeal gun laws, repeal Obamacare, save the dollar, who are against the world government that's now openly being announced. Open announcement of devaluation of the dollar, a new global cashless currency. You'll still have your yen, your yuan, your dollar, your euro, your loonie. You'll still have your shekels, but it'll all be denominated and controlled by the private central banks, the big six, who engineered this crisis. Now, Clinton gets rid of Glass-Steagall with Republican help in '99. The private central banks are allowed to issue 1,500 plus trillion. The Washington Post says 600 trillion. Whatever, 600 trillion, 1.5 quadrillion. Some analysts say 2 quadrillion, 2,000 trillion. Excuse me, 1,500 trillion. Or 2,000 trillion. But you can debate these numbers all day. It's impossible to pay back. It's mathematically impossible. And the bankers on the way up, they get all the power, all the inside control. They get to buy up all the assets, buy up the companies, ship them overseas, buy off the political parties. We're fighting a tsunami of fraudulent money. And Rand Paul says in the Fed, along with his father, Dr. Ron Paul, the congressman. And that scares the system. And that's why Republican establishment and Democratic establishment came after him with everything they had, on and on and on. And they failed. It is now mainstream to be pro-Second Amendment. It is now mainstream to be anti-world government. The Republican establishment can't deny that exists anymore. Just to stay in office or to get reelected, many of them, right here in Texas, are actually speaking out against world government, speaking out against dollar devaluation, talking about Texas seceding, Rick Perry, getting ready to run for president, when he's been an inside Bilderberg Group attendee, pushing NAFTA and GATT, the NAFTA superhighways, Gardasil forced inoculations. But it doesn't matter. The point is they're now forced to admit all this and pose as patriots. That shows how far we've come. That's why we're getting about 3-4 new affiliates every week now. We used to get a new affiliate every month or two. And then stations would change formats, so we were losing affiliates as fast as we got them. Now, this radio show, and as, quote, radical as it is, we're now mainstream. We can save this country. We can reverse all this tyranny. We can get a 100-year reprieve like Nineveh. But are you going to be the Jonah that goes out and warns people? Or are you going to sit there on your hands and go to sleep now because the Republicans took the House? We don't know how many of these Tea Party candidates are real and how many aren't. We're going to be watching them. We're going to be tracking what they're doing. But going back to my economy issue, the Federal Reserve is set to announce in